Hi, apologies for any technical difficulties. We're here at Robinson High School for the DMV Stream Game of the Week against Langley and Chantilly. I'm joined by Annandale head coach Bill McGlisco, and I'm Joel Sensor, and we're excited to bring you this game. This is a real blood spat against two teams that don't really like each other, right, Coach?
No, and with 3 minutes gone, I've seen some uncharacteristic things of both clubs. Maybe it's a little bit of the nerves, or maybe it's just haven't played a game already today, but they got to do a better job taking care of the ball. There's a nice look there. That's a great ground ball. Most times teams will just let that roll out on the end line and get a possession, but he scooped that up quick and stuck it. First goal of the game. And again, with these two teams, like you mentioned, they are easily the two best teams in the Northern region. They've got over 150 wins since 2009, and less than 20 losses between them. And they've been playing each other for the last 5 years, and I'm excited that we can get a chance to see it going here. Again, another face-off, scoops it behind them.
Langley's facing off with two long poles, Coach, with Hunter Yates and Brad Dotson. What does that do that they're facing off with a sophomore and they surround him by some talent with the long poles?
Yeah, I think for Langley, he's had some success, Luke Brugel, and when you've got two anchors on either side of you. But you just got to try to match hips with those guys, because that's twice now that Jason Parks just put it behind him for easy ground balls. Okay, Chantilly's working out of a 2-3-1 here. Number 5's alone on the crease right now. Langley's better cover that up, or he could do some damage. I like the fact that they're spread almost outside the box or just inside of it. Good 15, 20-yard passes. Really tire that defense out. That could come back to help them a lot in the fourth quarter on the legs factor.
What do you want to do with space, Coach? You want to give a midfielder space to run? You want to clear out for him? Or
Chantilly, they do a lot of things on the crease. Then the 1-4-1 set, those two guys in there setting screens for each other. They've done that for years. They also have some success finding the far pipe. Coming from the ball side, they get it to the help side. But I would think Chantilly will have their best luck coming from the top of the box as opposed to coming from X, especially if they have a long pole on them. They have more net to shoot at, and they've got some precision shooters that can get some to go.
Robbie Byrne picked it off right there and goes coast to coast again. The senior defenseman really likes to bring the ball up, doesn't he?
Yeah, and why not? If he's getting the ball and Chantilly's not able to ride, maybe they're just bailing, sprinting back to the hole or looking to sub, but that's 3 pretty easy clears for Langley.
Langley doing some two-man action behind, get it up top. What is this kind of umbrella set, Coach? Maybe a 3-1-2?
Yeah, I think again, Chantilly's doing a better job than Langley was of covering that crease. But again, look how spread they are. They could get some backdoor cuts if Chantilly gets caught not paying attention to where their guy is. And again, all the space to slide where you try to double easy. Nice save there. Oh, you got to get the rebound. Nice save again. Good stuff by Patrick Meehan. Man, that's good. That'll get your team fired up. Got to get that ground ball, though. You make 2 saves in a row, and then you give them a third shot. That could be trouble.
We're 1-0 here right now. Langley on the settled offense here, working it around. Langley is right now looks like they're without the services of Luke Salzer, who might have gotten suspended after the Robinson game, Coach, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything specific. I do know he played in the earlier game, and I hope that the officials were right on it and made the right decision, and I'm sure that Langley will respond big, and they're already up 2-0.
Langley runs some two-man stuff, a pick and slip, and then finishes on the doorstep. What are you trying to do right there, Coach, when you're running those pick plays from behind?
Again, you hope that your defense talks through them, and you have some set calls, either switch, go through, or fire, or whatever the terminology the team uses. But two-man game, is a strong option when you've got the stick skills and the shooters. I mean, he was about 4 yards from the goal, the goalie hugging the pike, and he still put it right over his shoulder into the net. I believe that was a sophomore.
And you're probably not going to beat Danzy, right? Just one-on-one, so having an interference and
sure.
A pick is
and it looks like Langley's trying to get the matchups with their short sticks, draw the poles to the crease, and work the short sticks guys who might not be the best defensive practiced guys. Again, more ground balls here.
Well, this Langley attack seems to be is more skilled than they are athletic. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
I would think so, yeah. And just by looking at that last shooter, he put the ball right where it needed to go. And they definitely have a lot of practice. That's the beauty when you go deep in the playoffs every year. You get about 3 or 4 more weeks of practice than your opponents. So all these guys that were around last year got an extra month of working out. Whether they got on the field or not, it just pays huge dividends.
Here's Damsey, coach, pressing the issue like you wanted on the slow break.
Good job. Good job. And again, now Chantilly's got to try to get one here. You're down 2-0, but they don't need to press. I hope they don't try to force something. But there's 7 wide open on the crease. That's nice stuff. But now they got to play defense because he couldn't handle the ball.
Mike Marson on the crease.
Yeah, and that's a nice look. He was wide open, and it's just unfortunate he couldn't pull that in with his left hand and get a shot to go. But I bet if he gets another opportunity, he'll at least be able to get a shot on cage.
Can't ball watch, right, Coach?
No, not at all. And I do that. Just in those 2 little sets that Chantilly had, seeing how open the guy was on the crease. If they develop a guy who can catch and bang it quick, that's just going to help them one last time. And here's a nice little ground ball by Javin Ree, it looks like. Again, bringing the ball up. Again, don't stop your feet. Keep running there. Look, he's in trouble. Nice little move there.
You got to take the body there, right, Coach? You don't want to be swinging stick.
No, never chasing stick. A nice finish. Good job, Mike Marson. Left-handed rip. And again, that's all set up from Javin Ree getting the ground ball, being smart, getting it to your attack. A lot of times middies cross the field. Long sticks cross the field, and they're going to go to the goal, or they're going to, try to force the issue. Get it to your money makers, man. Get it to your senior and let him take a chance. And now it's 2-1.
Run down the wing like that, Coach. Why did Mike put it back into his left hand?
I figure he probably saw more angle of the net to shoot at, and maybe he just recognized the defenders weren't playing him. A lot of defenders, if they're on you, you have to have it in your right hand or else you're going to get stripped. But he had a step and he looked fast. So
yeah.
And now look at this: face off, fast break. This could be huge.
Went to clean, but you got a 4-on-3 there. You got to finish this.
Well, that's the interesting thing, with the face-off guys now. They jam it in the clamp and then flip it on the run down. You don't have as much time. Here's a nice look here. Oh, nice save by number 30.
Curtis Christian picked it up in the unsettled and banged it to Bill Leslie, who's going to Frostburg next year, Coach, but just couldn't connect on that one.
Yeah, well, that's a big save by Clay Kennedy. And again, after you let a goal in that you maybe shouldn't have, on the Marson one, now he's got a big save. He's probably feeling it, and look, the defense is going to respond by bringing it down. You got to get rid of it sooner.
Do you like that? Was Brad Dotson right there, Bucknell recruit, arguably one of the best defensive.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff, and you could tell Chantilly wanted nothing to do with putting a body on him. I bet next time he comes down, though, the coaches will be telling somebody to slide stick and body and try to put him on the ground.
Well, if you draw that much attention right in a break, there's going to be someone open, right?
I would think so. But again, it's still relatively early in the season, and maybe they're going to fine tune that when they get more full field practices. All right, little 2-man game from Chantilly now. Setting the crease up high.
Mike Marson, good
dodge.
Yeah,
see, you can't. It's going to be hard to dodge from X. That guy had a great hold, and unfortunately, Marson decided to just try it into the crease, and it's an easy stop for Langley. Again, trying to come from X. It could be tough for a lot of teams this year.
Well, Langley's got a bunch of veteran long poles, right?
Exactly.
Would you want to check their short sticks?
It depends. If you do it and you're successful. Now all of a sudden you're sending Langley a message that, hey, we're here to play and we're not afraid of going against your top guys. But in that situation there, obviously that was an easy stop for Langley.
Langley's running a lot of 2-man pick stuff from behind.
Yep. Again, and it's not a bad set when you've played a game earlier today. Try to not to limit the running up and down the field. For your guys. But again, look how spread they are. It's good stuff. A lot of the other kids playing in high school or in the youth leagues need to see how good their stick skills need to be in the top level of the northern region.
For those joining us, this is DMV Stream Game of the Week. Langley against Chantilly. Langley's up right now 2-0 against Chantilly, and I'm here with Annandale coach Bill McGlusco. Happy to have you join. Chantilly just caused the turnover.
Yeah. Well, again, I guess so. It could have been one of those things where when the ball was down, he maybe got a little bump there, but certainly the Chantilly fans didn't seem to agree with it. And it's tough. It's the officials do the best they can, and sometimes a call might not go your way, but you got to be able to stop that. See, again, he came from behind the goal, not a good hold. there from Javin, and easy goal. You got to try to really limit a guy doing things with the stick when he's coming from behind. Get a hold on him, drive him out, make him pass.
That was Sean Kakur, the speedster midfielder from Langley, going topside, getting to his strong right hand and finishing, put Langley up 3-0. You gotta close the gate there, right, Coach?
Yeah, you do. And the unfortunate thing is with the, not so sure if it was a push call. You went from going the other way for Chantilly to now you're down 2, because they did get that 1 goal from Marson. But a nice ground ball here. He's working. Got to be able to scoop. Too much raking, too much poking. Get your backhand down, get your nose down, scoop through it. Nice ground ball by, looks like Brian Ochoa.
Set up by Hunter Yates, big hit in the middle of the field. I've heard Coach Brewer talk about him as a hyper-aggressive long stick. You put your head down, you better watch out.
Yeah, no, and you can't swat at balls, and you can't, just sort of hope it rolls into your stick. You've got to go get it, and it looks like that's exactly what Ochoa did, if that is indeed number 8. Nice little stuff here again. It looks like they're just going to stay with this set, like you said, and sort of a 5-man, spread with 2 guys behind, and they've had some success there. Probably need to take an extra step, and also, fire it up to the top of the box and let one of those guys have a run on a redodge. You don't always have to shoot every time you come from behind the goal. Yep, this is a little trouble here. You might want to just let this go out of bounds, but it's not. So now it is. That's a good play.
Jack Riley right there, senior midi, turns it over for Langley. Had trouble handling the ball near the box.
Bill Leslie did a great job of I'm gonna get low and I'm just gonna knock that guy out of bounds, and that's the physicality of the sport that a lot of people forget about sometimes. Don't allow him to scoop it up. Get your body on him, make him go out of bounds. Nice little step here.
Mike
See
Marson,
if he does something smart with it.
They got a minute left. Chantilly. Oh, and they can't convert.
Yeah, a quick quarter for sure. Got a ground ball there. Pull it out. You got some time. About 40 seconds. Just
not much time left, Coach. Do you like Brad Dotson coming way out like that and bringing the body? Or
sure, yeah. I mean, a lot of times I don't think players are even aware of how much time's left. If the coaches are screaming short time, then maybe they'll know. But
Rolex, right? That's the call, right?
With 40 seconds to go, you probably want to. All right, now they got the ball back on a nice little ride there.
Blown clear. Chantilly right now can attack, right, with these quick
Well, you got 27 seconds, so I would go ahead and just make sure that Langley's not going to get the ball back. Obviously, you want to score when the opportunity arises, but get it around at least once and find your short stick matchup or your best dodger, and then take a run at him and see. But look at it, 18's pretty open on the crease, and most goalies are going to have a tough time saving those. All right, going to try for a little invert here. It looks like they got the shorty matchup they want.
Colin Meehan.
Yeah, but look, Langley's just going to come right away. They're not even going to mess with it.
Flushed it right out, didn't they?
You got to go faster.
Strong right-handed tendencies.
Yeah, they're not even going to get a shot off. Good stuff.
And here we go into the first quarter.
Yep, 3-1. I would have thought low scoring might be the way we would go, and we might see some fireworks in the other quarters, but they certainly were feeling each other out there.
We're going to go to a break right now, but it's 3-1 right now. We're going into the second quarter. Langley leads Chantilly. Thanks for listening.
Hey guys, I'm Nick Ashew for DMVSTREAM.COM. Each week I'll be going over whatever's trending in sports in the DMV area. From the top high school plays you missed, the latest on everything in college and the pros. I'll make sure you never miss a thing. I've been in this business on both a local and national level for the past 5 years. And let's be honest, this is one of the strongest areas in the country when it comes to sports at every level. Follow me on Twitter at NickA980, and of course catch me here on DMVSTREAM.com.
Dark Graphics Screen Printing and Embroidery provides spirit packs for teams, class shirts, and group sales with original designs. Serving Northern Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. for over 15 years, Dark Graphics specialized in school and business apparel. Design your own custom shirts and apparel at www.darkgraphics.com.
Yeah, we're still going to go into the second quarter, and the good thing there for both teams, I feel, is that they had some good opportunities on offense. They realized that as strong as the defenses are, there might be some holes in it. And also the defense making sure, Dancy getting some ground balls, as we saw Robbie Byrne and Dotson getting some ground balls. So everybody should be able to play their game. So I guess it'll come down to who's getting the face-offs and who's getting the ground balls to give more chances.
So it's going to be a possession-oriented game, Coach. Whoever has possession wins the game.
It could be. Both teams obviously have the ability to go on a run, and coaches might want to use a timeout to stop those runs and try to stop some momentum. But certainly right now, both teams aren't forcing the issue on offense. So it might come down to who's getting the balls. Nice ground ball there.
Hunter Yates is a demon all over the field.
And again, he's got to get it to the attack. The attack probably should leave the box there. Here's a nice little opportunity here. Again, he's kind of doubled, so he should roll back and get it to Ochoa. But again, look how spread they are. Uh-oh, that's going to be trouble. But that's off-white, or did we get a penalty? Yeah. So it looks like we've got our first man up of the night. Yep, slash 1 minute. And again, sometimes a team like Chantilly, their man-down unit can be even stronger than an even-strength defense.
But a team against Langley, right, a team that probably has better sticks than they do athletes, fouling is probably the last thing you
do,
right?
and you don't want to give them just that extra minute of possession. Even if they don't get a shot off, they still get to take that's one less minute you're going to have the ball. But again, they're going to get in an open set and work it around, probably have a cutter from the wing, either from 16 or on the other side too. They've got to be able to handle that ball. Nice job there. Again,
when a team comes with pressure and an extra man set, Coach, how do you handle that usually?
You just move it on. And if your offensive guys are not getting it done, moving to the ball and screaming out help, then you fix that at practice the next time with some sort of negative consequence. But you've got an extra man. You've got to move to the ball. You've got to scream. Pressure coming. You've got to call double.
Skip pass.
Nice job. Nice stuff there. Again, with that open set, the guy cut into the crease. They have to honor him. Opens up passing lanes, and that's a nice finish from number 2. I believe that's his second goal.
Nuke Gigliamo, I think, got it. I got it to the lefty.
Yep.
Down there. Looks like.
No, it was 4. It was Dooley. Freshman attacker with a left hand. Pretty good stuff there, and hopefully they can, you get the penalties, like you said, and you cash it in. That's definitely going to hurt.
Like a young Mikey Adams, Coach, the lefty for a long-time staple for Langley.
Graduated last year. Throw 17 on him. Nice little break here. Again, handle that ball. All right, nothing to do, but that's all right. So now you've got a possession. And again,
do you like that, Coach?
Yeah, I think it's all right. You got plenty of time still, 10:44 and plus 2 quarters. And 4-1 is one of those scores. One of my former assistants used to always hate being up 4-1 because he's seen a lot of bad things happen to teams when they're up 4-1. So hopefully, Langley will be able to buckle down on defense. And for Chantilly, obviously, they're going to want to try to at least, there's a penalty of their own.
Dotson got a little too physical with Mike Marson on the corner now.
Yeah, and he turned his shoulders a little bit and gave up the back, so it is an easy push call. Get a little lower there and stay on his forearms. I don't think the ref would have thrown the flag. But, again, that's what happens when you run full speed. When you have the ball on your stick, defenders are going to have to adjust that. And, he adjusted poorly, and now they're going to be 6-on-5 for Chantilly.
Coach, how do you feel about, we have 2 of the premier defensemen in the Northern region here with Jake Danzy and Brad Dotson, and they're pretty different. Dotson's about 6'7" and taller, and Danzy's kind of a squatter, shorter guy. What do you kind of think is more helpful, a shorter or taller?
I think with the way the big time athletes are who are starting to play lacrosse, you want to have the guy who's taller and lankier, to help cover more ground. But as we've seen, Dancy's a beast on ground balls, and he's really quick getting up the field as well. So you really can't go wrong with either one. But if you're playing a 6'5" attackman, you obviously would love to have a 6'7" defender on him.
Yeah. Looks like Langley killed off the penalty there, and Chantilly here will work on settled off.
Yeah, again, they're going to try the 2-man game from behind as well. Number 7 will set a high crease, and he's going to be open on the other side. Nice little
Conrad
rip there.
Unterkolfer got top side and ripped it sidearm.
Yeah, and again,
right?
it's not a bad shot if it goes, but if he changes up to the midi or even cross crease midi, you get a chance for a redodge. The defense is all on the ball side. It's going to be hard for them to recover back to the help side. Nice dodge here, and that's good stuff there. Nine's just got to be able to handle that.
Coach McGlisco, longtime Annandale head coach.
Yeah, and it's
supporter of unselfish offense.
Yes, for sure. And but you notice the first time he ripped the shot and it didn't go well, and the second time he came around, looked cross crease for the feed, and Nine probably had a dunk. Just got to be able to handle the feed a little bit better.
Chantilly turns it over, and Langley looks to clear here. But first, I want to encourage you to purchase a copy of this game. If you want to purchase a copy of this broadcast, get it on DVD or download it directly on your computer. Find out more at DMVSTREAM.COM. Here we go. Langley working on the settled offense. That same umbrella kind of circle with a middle guy in there.
Sure. Sort of a 3-1-2 if you like. But again, just the distance between them. It makes it hard for the defense to cover a lot of ground, and a little redodge here. Probably want to move that to the help side, but again, Chantilly's defense is swarming. They're getting after it.
Danzy's tough, isn't he?
Yeah, there's a nice ground ball there. Nice save by Patrick Meehan. Another one.
Jack Riley picked it up on the unsettled and shot it down the alley, but no dice.
There you go, man. This guy's been doing a good job tonight. Javanry is his name, and that's about his third ground ball on the defensive end. And you asked earlier about long sticks who can handle the ball. That's good stuff right there. The ball's in the ground on your defensive end, and you can get it up. But you see, now you throw it out of bounds, and now you got to get up a good ride here. So hopefully Chantilly will be able to get their stick checks or the sticks in check and limit these throwing it out of bounds. But again, it's still relatively early in the season, and we've had a lot of weeks where it's been cold and rainy. So maybe that is why some of the teams are still struggling fundamentally. I know we are.
Seems like these defensemen have been holding the ball. I've been touching the ball more in the offensive guys this game. Huh?
No, exactly. And there's a nice little play there. Again, you want to take the body there, but again, when it's a big kid like a Langley defender, that's going to do it. It looks like we got a timeout now.
Robbie Byrne cleared it over, and Langley calls timeout. We have 8 minutes left, and Langley right now is leading 4-1 in the second quarter. You're watching the DMV Stream Game of the Week. DMV Stream broadcasts pro, amateur, college, high school, AAU, and youth games in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, live to televisions, computers, and mobile devices like iPads, iPhones, Androids, and more. Find out more at DMVSTREAM.COM. How do you like that timeout, Coach?
Very nice. You're up 4-1, about 8 minutes to go. You can get your guys together and get a good minute to a minute and a half possession here, and you're not going to take the first shot that comes. Work for the best shot, and hopefully you get it on cage to make it 5-1. And again, if you're Chantilly, you might want to try doing something with your long sticks. Lock everybody off, put Dancy on the ball, maybe try double the ball. Good timeout plays. Defenses can really mess with those by throwing something at them, maybe even going into a zone, just something to sort of take Langley off their timeout play. But these teams have played each other enough, so I'm sure Coach Broderick even knows what's going to be run right now.
At DMVStream.com, we let you, the viewers, pick our Game of the Week's broadcast. If you want a game, just log on and vote, and we will respond. So here we go. Langley coming out. Chantilly, the ball, I guess, will start at the top, Coach. Top right.
Yeah,
right alley.
Yeah, it should be on the other side where the ball was. Oh, there it is. Okay, he's going over to get it.
Stud Chantilly long stick Kevin Cavino is going to be matched up with John Pointer, senior midfielder out of Langley.
And again, it looks like they're just going to go a regular man-to-man deep. But again, a lot of times when you know what the timeout play is going to be, or if you're expecting something, you can try to throw something at them defensively to get them off their play.
Sean Kakur dodged down the alley and draws a quick Dancy slide, and Langley kind of re-engages, running the two-man stuff behind.
Yeah, they actually got three guys behind right now, and again, it's been working for you, and you've got some guys that can get some shots. Yeah, bang that.
It's nice. Great offense.
Yep. Again, the 23 right there, Kevin Doherty, he's got to do a better job of trying to get a little bit lower, get that stick up, try to cut off the passing lane, and hopefully he'll be able to correct that next time and try to get in the passing lane.
Langley attackman Nick Giuliano just drew a short stick, shimmied a little bit, and found a guy cutting into space. Right?
And it's ball side to ball side. So you've got defenders there. They just got to make sure they're up in the passing lanes, so to make the attacker think twice about feeding it there.
You don't really want to slide to a guy's eyes, right? He kind of gets
and you can't slide adjacently because then that guy's just going to backdoor you. But I'm sure the coaches will get with Kevin and they'll instruct him, and he'll be a lot more effective next time he's out there.
Another ground ball from Hunter Yates, who has been a between-the-lines savant all game, and Dotson stays on, says something about here settling it, says something about the long pole stick. It looks like he's going to dodge up here, huh?
Yeah, and I would go ahead and slide early right now, just because you don't want to bring the house down with a nice save there, boy. I tell you, Patrick Meehan's seeing the ball well when it's coming from up top. Oh, man, you can't make that pass. Oh, and now there's going to be a flag. Yeah, big time.
Danzy got a little too friendly.
Well, and again, he's probably saying, hey, I barely touched him, and it probably could have been a brush. But anytime you have your stick waving around your opponent's head, the ref is already going to be grabbing his flag, and if you follow through with any sort of contact, it's coming out. And you just got to keep the stick on the numbers and not allow yourself to get the cheap foul.
In those unsettled situations, Coach, are you better with a penalty in those kind of situations?
Like I said, Chantilly's man-down unit is probably in a lot of ways better than an even defense, because you've got guys that work at it in practice and they hang their hat on it and they're proud of it. If you can stop a team in the man-down situation, and even create a turnover and score a goal shorthanded, boy, that does a lot for a team. But again, we'll see what they do now. That's the same play they ran last time. Langley's just going to work it around the perimeter, and here comes one of the cutters from the wings. Will just slide into the crease.
Chantilly's pressing way out, so
so here goes 10.
Open, right?
Yep, and he could skip it right now. He'll see if he looks to him there. Again, their sticks need to be up a little more, but they're doing a good job of working their feet and covering. Nice save again. Got to get those rebounds right there. Ball's out. That's not actually a bad play, because now you can get a horn.
Attackman Weston Simonides just came by with his right hand.
Yeah,
got it.
You'd like to see Chantilly scoop that a little more, but that was a real quick whistle from the officials. Normally, you have a horn and you allow your defense a chance to regroup.
New era, Coach.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we don't have the rules yet in Virginia. I'm sure we will at some point, but
tic-tac-toe passing, but Langley couldn't convert.
Yeah.
Here we go. They pick
nice
up the ground ball.
So they killed the penalty, but again, that's a minute. Chantilly doesn't have the ball, and they're able to work their offense and hopefully get a high percentage shot and make this lead grow.
Billy Orme is the guy who scored the last goal. He's a right-hander with a shot. Not much of a ball carrier, but if you step into space, I think he can do some damage.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody, if you have a short stick and you're on Chantilly, you're going to be a threat to score, and the same thing on Langley. And so that's why you want to get the possession, so your 6 guys on offense who are all threats can put it in the back of the cage. And again, Langley's definitely taking their time here. It'll be interesting to see if the officials throw a stall call on them, even though they're not meaning to stall, but they're certainly not going to the cage as much. There we go. Nice ground ball here.
Jack Rowley with an alley dodge, tries to circle throwback and loses the ball.
Yeah.
Chantilly clears and we'll work on the settled offense here. We'll convert slow break. They got Curtis Christian open for short second.
And that was Sean Comerford. I said his name earlier when I thought it was. Look at 13 wide open. Oh, you got to handle that, and he does. But nice high percentage.
I think that was his
opportunity.
I think that was his offhand. I think he's a
well, still,
Conrad Untinkolfer. No, he's a right-hander.
But now all of a sudden you throw it away right there. Langley should have really sat down on the ball again. You're giving it right back to Chantilly with a quick whistle. Someone should be open. He looks like he's open in the corner, number 7. See if the defender finds him. He does. Oh, but he can't handle the pass.
Just overthrows Mike Marson, and here we go.
Now I bet Coach will take a timeout at some point. Maybe not. They got it in the box.
Conrad Unterkolfer possesses.
All the way.
That was a pretty dodge. Conrad Unterkolfer caught it. Did a nice little spin pirouette. Shot it, but just
he did a real good job. And that he was the one that had the last shot too that was saved. So I'm assuming he's going to be wanting to get that ball again and really get one to hit the back of the net.
Mike Marson right now with a short stick. It's a little different than the Brad Dotson pressure defense. Kind of gets under his guy, but over the head check is there. Robbie Byrne picks up the ground ball and throws it to goalie Clay Kennedy.
I don't know if he thought he had a better look. Looked like there was a lot of black jerseys in that passing lane he was taking, or the pathway. There he is. So that's a great ride. And if they can get the ball here, and that's what you got to love that about Colin Zimmerman right there. He's making sure, and he's even looking, where's the whistle, ref? Where's the whistle? That's just great hustle. And you can ride like that and make it hard for teams to clear. That gives your offense that many more chances. You can be a real tough team down the road.
Well, Chantilly's always kind of been like that kind of team, right? Who rides hard and plays hard, but kind of scrap between the stripes.
But it's nice to see, that they're getting the new blood in on it as well. Getting the little ninth grader there to make sure that he's learning the ride. That's got to be illegal.
Brad Dotson has probably a 6 inch edge over Curtis Christian through the over the head check and got it clean. Kind of a hold at the end is what we're talking about.
And it looked like the Chantilly coaches were going to jump out of their shoes, but I'm sure the officials saw it differently down there. And you got the ball back on the hustle ride again. So that's 2 chances Langley had a chance to clear that Chantilly's thwarted. So they really got to get a good shot on Cage and maybe even score.
I think it was Rasheed Wallace who said, ball don't lie. So if he didn't get the penalty, they got the ball back.
That's a moving pig. They didn't call it, though. Again, they did, yeah. He had to look down for a second. But I don't know if you saw, Curtis Christian just sort of leaned as the guy ran by, and that's an easy call for the official to make. But again, mishandling on the ball. Nice ground ball there. Earl's going to use his other timeout.
Coach Bill McGlusky up here from Annandale High School, giving both free refereeing lessons and coaching lessons up here. And
that's the thing. You've been around with these officials. They definitely, it's their spring break too, and they've been out here all week, and they're doing a great job. And we're grateful that we have the great association of refs that we do.
Well, we are here at the DMVSTREAM Game of the Week, Chantilly against Langley. Right now, Langley leads with 2 minutes left in the second quarter, 5-1. Dark Graphics Screen Printing and Embroidery provides spirit packs for teams, class shirts, and group sales with original designs serving Northern Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. for 15 years. Dark Graphics specializes in school and business apparel. Design your own custom shirts and apparel at www.darkgraphics.com. Here we go with the timeout, Coach.
Yeah, I didn't mean to call him Earl, Coach Brewer. But that's a great timeout again. You've had 2 clears being thwarted by their ride. You almost threw it away again. Go ahead, call your timeout, talk to them, settle them down, tell them, hey, 2 minutes to go. Let's just make sure every shot is the best shot we can take, and we don't want to give Chantilly any chances that they don't earn.
Langley's offense has been without the services of junior star attackman J.T. Myers, was the quarterback of the team, and Luke Salzer today, and yet they've been playing a pretty complete team game. Would you say that, Coach?
Yeah, there's a lot of times when you hit a little adversity and you have some players, whether it's injury or whether it's maybe travel plans or college visits or for whatever reason, the teammates know that it's a team sport, and one guy isn't going to make the difference. And I'm sure on the bus ride over or inside Robinson in the locker rooms, they said, hey, we can get this done, with whoever's on the field, whether it's a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, we're all in this together. And, sometimes the team rises above a little adversity, and I think we're seeing that at least in the first half right now. Again, they're running.
Looks like Chantilly is in his zone, Coach. Is that?
Yep, it looks like it. And again, off a timeout, that's not a bad call because Langley's probably expecting man-to-man for their set play. You see guys waving their sticks, sort of standing around. Coach is probably screaming to run their zone offense. But if you haven't seen zone defenses, it's easier said than done to say, run the zone offense, if they haven't seen the zone much this year. So, but again, Langley's probably content to just play catch until the refs lock them in. Yeah, the refs did it just now. So they got to stay in the box, and they can just keep doing that. And
how hard is it to run offense, Coach, just in the confines of a box?
Well, it's not so hard for the offensive guys to stay in the box. But if defenses start, pressuring and getting on hands, then all of a sudden a pass might go out of the box, and then, it's a play-on situation. And
What do they want to do here? Are they trying to find the 2-on-1 on offense?
Nah, I think
something?
they're probably just content with waiting until the last 10, 15 seconds and then maybe taking a desperation dodge. But, you're up by 4, 41 seconds to go. Don't give Chantilly an opportunity to get down there and try to make it 5-2. Either make it 6-1 or just hang on to the ball when the horn sounds.
Right now, Billy Orm, and I think it's Sean Kakur happy to probe behind the net. This Langley leads right now 5-1 with 20 seconds left against this Chantilly zone. Yeah,
and again, the zone is a good option here off the timeout. They got the guys working hard, but again, we ripped that shot, and there's a nice save. So try it again. Maybe
John Pointer
8 seconds
steps
to
into
go.
Space, shoots it wide. Again,
nice
Pointer's
ball
going to get
movement.
it.
Oh, you got to be able to catch that. Good, and Chantilly's
Javin Rhee, your boy, coach.
Yep, and again, they would have liked to have maybe had a shot opportunity, but you kept the Langley from scoring. You go into halftime and talk about what needs to be fixed. 4 goals is not insurmountable by any means, especially for a great team like Chantilly.
We're going to go to break here. We want to thank you for joining us here at DMV Stream for our game of the week here at Robinson High School at the Spring Break Tournament, where Langley and Chantilly, the 2 teams who have accounted for the last 5 Virginia State Championships, meet for a regular season battle. So we're going to take a break here. Thanks again for joining.
What's up, sports fans? I'm really excited to tell you about our newest product, DMVSTREAM.COM. DMVSTREAM.COM is a website dedicated to broadcasting live sports in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. We'll be broadcasting pro, amateur, college, high school, AAU, and youth games as well as tournaments. You can watch these free broadcasts on your computers, tablets, and mobile devices like iPad, iPhone, Android, and more. DMVSTREAM.COM is a free site. No subscriptions, no logins, no hassle. Just log on and watch sports free. What's different about us? Well, you're in control. You're calling the shots. By voting in our weekly poll and sharing it on Facebook and Twitter, you can tell us where our next broadcast is going to be. I'm really excited about this new venture, and I hope you'll help us spread the good word by logging on to Facebook and Twitter and sharing us at DMVStream.com.
Hi, I'm Joel Sensor, and I'm here with Annandale coach Bill McGliscu. And before the game, we got to talk to Langley coach Earl Brewer about the keys to the game. So we're going to send it to him and tell him what the game plan was.
Coach Brewer, what is the game plan tonight?
Well, we're going to have to take better care of the ball, Joel. We played too much defense in the game against Robinson. We dug a big hole early. Kids made a nice comeback after that, but we got to take better care of the ball, Joel. We were throwing it away, taking poor shots. I think if we control the ball a little bit, get into the hands of our playmakers, be a much better outcome.
Running a spring break tournament here at Robinson takes a lot of work, so we also caught up with Robinson head coach Matt Curran, who talked about firsthand how much work and what kind of effort it takes to bring 9 teams to Robinson High School over spring break.
Coach Curran, what does it take to put a tournament like this together in spring break?
Well, it takes a lot of planning. We got to get the teams. There were actually 9 teams. Some of the teams wanted to play 2 games. Some of the teams wanted to play 3. A couple teams wanted to play on the same day, so both of their games on the same day, which means that you have to have another team double up. And then we had the snow on Monday, and so we had to reschedule everything. And it's difficult when that comes around. You don't think about a snowstorm in March, but then it happens, and so you gotta figure out the best way possible to get all the games in. So
great. Well, thanks for hosting a great tournament, Coach. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Joel Sensor here at DMV Stream Game of the Week with Robinson Chantilly, and I'm here with Annandale head coach Bill McGliscu, also the president of the Northern Virginia Lacrosse Coaches Association.
And it's been a great tournament. We had lots of tournaments going on all throughout Northern Region over spring break. Good way to keep the guys here, but a great way to see lacrosse. The stands were packed when I got here. Madison was playing Yorktown. Madison is certainly one of the teams mentioned who could possibly supplant Langley at the region and the state level, and they got it done. Yorktown had a chance right there at the end. They get the ball with 20 seconds to go, but Madison's D comes through. Nice Gilman clear to kill the clock, and I'm sure they're happy to be winning a big game against Yorktown.
Does Madison have its usual collection of face-off technicians?
They do. Yeah, they definitely do. You can go all the way back to when Coach Hale was there, but they do. They've got a nice face-off guy that wins over, some sick percentage. And I know Coach Hodge is thrilled to have him, and I know every other coach in the region is envious.
Any quick thoughts on this game here, Coach, about what Langley's doing?
Yeah, like we talked about, when you're as successful as Z2's teams are and the programs are, it's defense. And their defense has been looking great. Chantilly right there. Langley, kind of chose, but also wasn't able to get a shot off. And, they certainly need to be making sure that they're taking care of the ball when they're clearing. But they're getting it done with defense. 5-1 against teams that, normally are lighting up the scoreboard when they play each other. 11-10, 17-15, 12-8. I think they went 8-6 last year in the regional championship. But, they've got a lot of scoring ability. And, again, if a team goes on a run and a goalie stops seeing the ball, it could open up either way. But it really comes down to if they're getting those balls on the defensive end, not throwing it away when they get it down to their offense. The attack need to come up and demand the ball from the poles and, try to create some transition, but most importantly, just possess the ball, get your best guys out there, and work for a quality shot.
Want to purchase a copy of this broadcast? Get it on DVD or download it directly to your computer. Find out more at DMVSTREAM.com. We're back here at DMVSTREAM.com. Game of the week between Chantilly and Langley. Coach Langley's won the 4 last regional championships, but a lot of losses to graduation. Spencer Gorham, Mikey Adams, Sean Ahern. The list goes on throughout the whole squad. Is this Langley team? Are they in trouble?
And it's not trying to correct you. They actually haven't won all of the regions the last their 4-year run, and that's what the beauty of Langley is. If they have a bump in the road, they usually come back to haunt that team. Whether it's Loudoun Valley, whether it's Annandale, whether it's Chantilly. If anybody sort of bumps them off during the season, they're always hanging around to get a chance to come back and bite you at the end of May or in June to advance. And that's how they've been able to do it. And, again, you want to win all the games that you're playing, but if you're losing a game in March and it's going to motivate you to beat that team again in late May or June, you're doing something right as a program.
We're at halftime at DMVStream.com. Game of the week between Langley and Chantilly, and we're going to go to break right here. I'm here with Bill McGliscu and Joel Sensor here for DMVStream.com. Going to break.
At DMVStream.com, we'll stream your verbal commitment live to our audience, viewable on computers, televisions, and mobile devices. Stream your college commitment live to the world. Let us know when and where you'll make the biggest choice of your athletic career, and we'll dispatch a producer. We'll handle all the technical, putting you in front and center under the brightest lights on your biggest day. You can blast your biggest moments to all your friends and family, as well as Facebook and Twitter followers. They can watch you make this choice live. Interested in having us stream your commitment? Fill out the form below and let us know how we can get involved. Remember, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and visit us on the web at DMVStream.com.
Dark Graphics, Screen Printing and Embroidery provides spirit packs for teams, class shirts, and group sales. Original designs, serving Northern Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. for 15 years. Dark Graphics specializes in school and business apparel. Design your own custom shirts and apparel at www.darkgraphics.com. At DMVStream.com, we let you, the viewers, pick our Game of the Week broadcast. Please give us some insight and go to the website and vote. We want to hear your voice. Let us know what game you want to watch every week. DMVStream.com.
So they're getting warmed up before the game, and I like the way that these teams are not just necessarily talking about things. I'm watching the coaches from Chantilly showing guys where they need to be in certain sets, talking the individual attention to the players, hoping that somebody's going to make that play, because Chantilly, they have too good athletes and they have too good of a coaching staff to be limited to 1 goal and a half. So I would expect them to come out, win some face-offs, and really make the guys work. I just think of the one time where the attacker was sprinting as hard as he could, and he ended up getting a push call for a man-up opportunity. Make stuff happen. Don't just sit around and watch somebody else and hope he makes the play. You got to be the one to go do it. And for Langley, again, a lot of instruction. I can see teams huddling, getting ready to go. They in the back of their mind, they know that Chantilly could easily tie this thing up or take the lead. They just got to think about what they can do to stop that from happening, and that is winning faceoffs, getting ground balls, and hopefully it won't turn into a stall fest. But that might well be, and the officials will certainly call that stall call 45 seconds in every possession.
Coach, if Chantilly has some of these superior athletes and are kind of, good between the stripes and can run up and down, would you like to see them kind of press out more and push the issue more and get out and up and down and transition?
It could be, but
because Langley looks mighty comfortable in their settled sets.
Sure,
right now.
but only 5 goals. If it was 8 or 9 to 1, then you have to do that because you need the possessions to try to come up with that. But you get a couple quick goals, and all of a sudden it's 5-3. You don't need to be pressing out because that's obviously going to create strong finishes for that the lefty who's already got 2 goals for Langley. And also, you don't need to be panicking yet. You've got 2 quarters to go, and your offense can fire. They scored 15 goals earlier today, so I'm sure they're just waiting for that one special moment in the game where it's just going to start the run. And I'm just hoping for Chantilly that it comes at a time when they can really exploit it and get back in this thing.
What does it say about Langley that they got shellacked earlier in the day by Robinson, and then they can come back here and kind of grind their way into a 5? And
it's not to be redundant, but it's just, hey, it's not about what we're doing in March. We got to find ourselves. We got to, form the team. And I would imagine that as much as it stung to lose, they've got a lot of lessons to learn from it, and they'll look at the tape and get better at practice and be ready for the next game, I'm sure.
Here we go on the face-off right now. It's the senior against the sophomore, right?
Yeah, Jason Park's done a good job. He likes putting it behind him, and I like seeing Langley matching hips now, at least on the close wing to us. And again, easy scoop for Chantilly. Good. Put that in your left hand and bring it down. He's going to not do that.
Kevin Cavino, Chantilly's long stick, is an all-district performer and is kind of quiet.
Yeah, but see, it's unfortunate there. If he had just put that in his left hand, he could have run all the way down behind the goal even. But he had it in his right. The Langley guy closed in. He had to slam on the brakes and threw an errant pass. But, again, Langley touched it. Deflected it out, so it's Chantilly ball. All is good for the Chargers.
Chantilly southpaw attackman Jonathan Popham starts with it. Settled offense right now for Chantilly.
Yep, and again, finding the short sticks, probably not a bad option. Taking them down the alley. Look, see, number 1 popped out. That's that little look I was telling you about Chantilly's known for. They dodged that alley, and, one of those crease guys pops up top.
Dotson got a little friendly with the ding-dong and slipped on his own foot. But
but great ground ball by Curtis Christian. That's, again, a senior saying, hey, I don't like what's been going on in the first half. We're going to have the ball as much as possible to give us opportunities to score. Don't need to force this.
Mike Marston draws a short stick. You want to slide early to this, don't you?
Yeah, you probably do. But, again, he doesn't really have the best angles there. So he should probably get it up top for a redodge. Don't force the issue too much. That's a nice save. Hopefully he won't go to his knees next time, but that's a big save. And again, get it to the help side. Try on a redodge.
Byrne with the great over-the-head goal line extended, and probably drew a push with possession from Mark.
No, that was clean. That was. Oh, did they call it?
Yep, they gave no possession though.
Well, it should have been a flag then, because the guy clearly had the ball. Yeah, the Langley coaches are going crazy. I probably would have just kept my whistle not blowing that situation. But again,
risky pass in the middle of the field, but Langley, Brian Ochoa comes up with it, and the Saxons clear here.
Well, and again, Chantilly, they choose to get to the hole and cut off transition, which is probably a good bet. So, you might have a 1 or 2 pass clear, but again, their settled defense is very strong. They've limited Langley to 5 goals in this first half. But again, like you said, 2 minutes have gone by now. This is the real first possession for Langley. Do you want to extend a little bit? Do you want to try to take a chance behind the goal and double? Do you want to slide early? Oh, now they're going to get a flag, though.
Well, Vince Ludden is a rangy lefty from Chantilly, a senior defenseman. He was right out on his attack.
Yeah, and again, I didn't see the foul there. I don't think there's a need to throw a flag in that situation. He's behind the goal. The player wasn't impeded from moving to the goal. Hopefully it's just a push and it's a 30-second, but you want to let these teams go at it and play, obviously within the rules, but it looked like that time the defender was within the rules.
Coach Brewer's probably licking his chops this 6-on-5 opportunity.
Could be, and it looks like, again, most coaches, when you have a man-up play that's worked, you're just going to keep running it until they stop it, and they've got that wheel again. We'll look for number 10 up there, Jack Riley, see if he cuts down to the crease.
What's a wheel trying to do, Coach? When a team
right now, you're just getting everybody a touch. See, 10 cuts down to the crease there. Now they're in this. Open up the passing lanes. Watch, 2 will probably skip it down. No, they're doing a good job getting the lanes. But the wheel just enables you to see, is the defense rotating, or are they going to be playing in their zone without the rotation? Again, not the best skip pass there.
You don't want to throw it to a guy behind
no.
And skip, right?
And I tell you, here's our boy Javin again, player of the game for sure for Chantilly on my end. Got to make sure you get rid of that sooner. But
the curse of Coach McGlisco.
Well, but no, it kills penalty time. And again, he's active, and you want these kids to step up in their sophomore year to say, hey, you've got 3 years of me, and this is what I'm bringing to the table. And man, he's by hands down, he is the best thing that I've seen for Chantilly tonight.
Well, Chantilly's got a bunch of these guys, right? These athletic, rangy, mean kind of defensemen.
Yeah. Well, I can't say anything about the mean part, but certainly an attitude saying, hey, our man down unit's strong, and you're not going to score on us. And, Langley's not even going to get a shot off. Here comes the even guy. And, again, that's not a bad thing for Langley. Even though you didn't get a shot off, that's a minute. Chantilly hasn't had the ball. You've got to tire their defense out a little bit and, see what they can do now on an even set. Again, I don't think they're going to be pushing to the goal. The refs will probably call a stall once it gets to be about 45 seconds into the possession. I don't know if that's the best strategy because Chantilly could go on a run, but you can't win if you don't have the ball. So this might be smart. We'll see as the quarter progresses. 4 minutes gone now, coming up on 8 minutes left.
8 minutes left, your DMV Stream game of the week. Langley leads 5-1 right now and is in the settled offense and is really kind of taking the charge of pressure and poking and prodding and getting quick touches and playing some offense.
Sure, yeah, but, Chantilly had the ball for 2 minutes. Langley's had the ball for 2 minutes. Now that you're even, do this behind the goal. Go ahead and mess with them. I would send a double here even, try to take the ball away, just because you want to make sure you're getting chances for your offense. And behind the goal is a great chance to take it because not much damage can come if there's a mishap. But they're going to throw it away. Nope, good ground ball here.
Nick Guglielmo drew a crowd right there, got by his guy, but couldn't connect on when he tried to redirect it behind.
Yep.
And here's Jack Riley right now for Langley and Mitty coming up on the alley dodge, but he's got to contend with Vince Ludden, who's a big lefty.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, just fast. There's the pick again. Now they got to keep it in, so I hope he knows that. He probably heard it as he rode by the official, but no, he ran right out of the box. He didn't know.
That space really seems to shrink when you got Ludden and Dorsey chasing after.
Well, that's the thing. You're running full speed with a defender on you, and you have your back to the official, so he can't see the signal. He should have been able to hear it, but, at the same time, you got to be able to clear the ball. There's a push there. They're not going to call that.
Danzy with a nice middle of the field play. Who's going to get this ground ball, though?
Now, oh, man. I guess they called a push, but that's a shame because Chantilly ended up getting possession.
It doesn't seem like there's a lot of love lost between these two teams.
No, but again, the attack should come over. Yeah, 22 was a little late there. You should come over there and make that guy pass. But and that's the thing that can be deflating. You hustle really hard on the ride. You hustle really hard on the clears, and because you can't handle the ball and you can't scoop it up, now you got to play defense again.
What do you do if you're the Langley offense here and you got to contend with these big kind of rangy guys? Do you just run hard, or do you V-cut, or do you attack the short sticks? Kind of what's your plan if you're the Saxon offense? Nice double by Danzy, but the Langley offensive player, no, you can't run through them all.
No, and they probably had a push with possession, but they're not going to call it. And it looks like Chantilly's got it. But to answer your question, you go to the two-man game where you can set some picks to create space and hope that maybe the defense isn't the strongest at calling through the picks. But here's a nice little run.
That's a big man ground ball by
it is. But again,
Marson.
he's about to get double-teamed by two big studs. You got to pass the ball. Somewhat see.
The laundry,
well, there we
the laundry goes up right there. Hunter Yates, I love the aggressiveness. Just got a little too friendly with the aluminum, and Marson was begging for the call too. Which
But
is a little Oscar acting job there too.
It was, but that's a big problem. What we just saw. You know, you got number 7 Marson getting a great ground ball. He's being played by 2 strong defenders, and you've got 5 other guys standing and watching. One of them needs to sprint to him and say, "Here's your help. One more, double. Let him, whatever the call is going to be, to let him know that, hey, I get rid of the ball, because everybody's watching that. So you get it to the help side, you get a chance at a redodge, good opportunity to score. But you're extra man now. They really got to try to get a high quality shot on Cage, and hopefully it'll go in.
Langley's coming out, so the skips will be there.
It should be, but now they're packing it in.
Setting a pick in the extra man. You don't see that a lot.
The tighter you are, the easier it's going to be for the defense, but that's great right there. You know, high percentage shot when you're that close. Pretty risky feed.
Jonathan Poplum, the lefty on the left side, kind of just threw a spot piece.
Yeah,
feed over to Colin Zimmerman.
When I say it's risky, you know, if anybody has their stick up in a passing lane, that's coming down. But, man, they needed that big time, because now it's 5-2. You win this face with 5 minutes to go. You get another opportunity to make this interesting, and then Langley will think twice about stalling when they get it down there on the offensive end. And I don't think Langley's necessarily choosing to stall, but they're waiting for the best shot, which is what you do when you're up by 4 or 5 goals.
Well, that goal started with the Mike Marson ground ball,
yeah,
right?
And here's another one. So this guy has it in his left hand, so he could just keep running to X, which is, this is smart. Don't stop your feet. Just run it all the way back
you
there.
Down like a wild man.
Yep, he's got to get in the box. But now attack. Go. Look at the crease. It's wide open. Turn and shoot. Oh, nice.
Dotson came with the second slide hard, but here's Namor. Oh, good feed.
Yeah. You know, that's good stuff there.
It went cross crease over to Jack Kowal, but Jack Kowal couldn't bring it in. I think he's a righty on the left side.
Well, you know, 22 is a big number for Chantilly, like it is at a lot of schools. And they've had plenty of guys, number 22, hanging on that right pipe for finishes. And I'm sure if he gets an opportunity again, he's going to bury that. But they got a call in the end line, so great opportunity. Again, be aggressive. Go at them. Don't just work for the best shot now. You got a little momentum. Let it keep ripping.
Andy Noakes, senior midfielder, probes, redirects it behind, where Colin Zimmerman, who's a freshman, getting serious time.
Yeah, he is. He's doing a good job. And, again, keep the pressure up. Run your guys. You know, find your short stick. They got one here. Run them. Go to the goal, and if the slide comes, you know, bang it to the help side for a finish. But don't settle for just working the ball around and jamming it into the crease, because that hasn't worked well for a lot of teams this year.
Chantilly here with their second midfield.
33 sets that higher. Nice lefty rip there.
It's the same problem with sliding adjacent from behind.
Yeah,
coach,
he just
right?
backdoored him. And it didn't really even backdoor him. Just walk to the goal. It's not, there's a nice, that should have been a moving pick, but got away with it. Again, that's not the best shot, but it is on the sideline. It'd be interesting to see if they sub. It doesn't look like they're gonna.
As my college coach said, overhand to a pipe.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of sidearm action.
Well, you know, the sidearm shot, it makes guys feel a little more confident because it's going to be a lot more velocity, but certainly you're taking something off of the accuracy.
Some Chantilly two-man game with the freshmen Zimmerman and Marson. Zimmerman force feeds the crease.
Yeah, again, they should try maybe coming from up top right now. Run at this guy. Yeah, you go right by him. Okay. Oh, man, there's a flag. Good. And now watch it to make sure 33 doesn't get one of his own, but that's good stuff. So now
hard slide right there by Hunter Yates, who got a little high, I guess. And
probably
right
came
now,
with the forearm up, but again, these officials are calling things, you know, based on what I've seen earlier, and that's going to be a foul. Anytime you run for 5 yards and make contact, an official's going to throw a flag. It's unfortunate that's what the game's come to, but you can't run 5 yards and collision somebody and expect to get away with it.
Chantilly here ready to go in the extra man. Right now the Saxons are up 5-2 over the Chargers with 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. A goal here would really help Chantilly.
Yeah, and they have a minute, so they might want to work the ball around once, but I think they're sensing an opportunity these last 5 minutes of the game. Bang.
On cue, Coach.
Yep. Mike Marson, he must be feeling it after that ground ball. He got doubled by some two big guys, and they got the flag there. They got another flag again.
You usually can get a better shot on extra man, right?
You know what? But he's feeling it, and he probably went non-stick side, to the goalie's left, and shoot for net, man. These guys trying to pick corners, and they're trying to get the crossbar. No, man, just shoot for net. It doesn't count more if it looks good. Just get it in there.
Here we go on the face-off.
Yeah, and now see if he pops it behind him again. Interesting, 35's not going to match hips with him. Hunter Yates.
Jason Park right now for Chantilly.
Oh, he's stopping the break. Yep. Go to the goal, man. Go to the goal. Well, okay, good decision.
Wearing those neon shoes, Coach.
See,
You think all you want to do is go to the goal.
But look at these guys, the way they're hustling now. Early in the game they were jogging to the sideline. They're excited now. They sense that, hey, they've got the 4-time state champions. They're only down by 2, and they've had a great 5 minutes on offense. I don't think the Langley defense is necessarily tired after that 5 minutes because they haven't been running them much, but they've certainly been thinking, so they might be mentally fatigued.
5-3 Langley right now. This is their second game of the day in this doubleheader. Conrad Unterkolfer came with the question mark and just no dice, got shut down.
Well, again, probably not the best shot. I bet Coach Broderick will show him on the film. We want to be a little more patient there, but at the same time, that's a big-time shot if you can get it to go. But just Colin Kennedy for the Saxons, or Clay Kennedy, sorry. He just hugs the pipe, and it's an easy save.
Gotta love the Brian Ochoa swim moves in transition. Paul Rabel would be blushing somewhere, I'm sure.
Yep, and now here he comes. He's going to want to chase stick there again.
Langley works in the settled offense here.
Yep, and again, they're going to keep it spread.
They're on the invert right now.
And they're going to have two middies cut there.
The
first guy's sort of a dummy cut, and the second guy's actually who you want to go to. But look at Dancy. Holy smoke. That's got to make you excited if you're a Charger fan. 1:40 left. Let's get it back to our offense. Try to cut it to 1 before the fourth quarter.
Guys got jets, huh?
Yeah, and again, that's what you're talking about. Which kind of defender do you want? The taller, lankier to cover a big attackman, but right there, you want to be able to get the ball to your offense, and that certainly looked good.
Danzy will play at Boston University, a new Division I program called the Terriers, and frankly, Danzy's kind of a bit of a pit bull, huh?
Sure, and I'm sure the coaches will love him. I'm sure he'll be getting minutes from the get-go, and they might take some lumps on the scoreboard, but with a defender like him anchoring your defense, only good things can happen. Again,
Knowles on some alley dodges, stop and go action.
Trying to force the crease. There's a minute to go. Run your offense. Find that far pipe that Chantilly's known for, or the crease guy popping up for a higher percentage shot. You don't need to force it into the crease every time, especially with a minute to go. Maybe if there's 10 seconds left, you want to try to get something, but run these guys.
Andy Noakes, senior midi, with some stop-and-go moves, strong right-handed tendencies, goes back to X right now, where Colin Zimmerman, the freshman, kind of getting on-the-job training here, huh?
Sure. It's interesting that they're trying to go with that way. But, again, these kids start playing lacrosse in 4th grade. They're going to be 9th graders who are going to be getting quality minutes. At Annandale, we've got 2 starters who are in the 9th grade. So these 9th graders have to step in. Again, when your option is a junior or a senior who started playing his 9th grade year himself, and a 9th grader's been playing since 4th grade, they're going to have a lot more lacrosse sense, and they're going to have a lot more, not big game experience because it's not varsity level, but they're going to have game experience.
Facial hair not included.
Yeah, right, exactly. And all the carrying of the older guys' backpacks.
Marson is aggressive on the dodge right now.
But he's got to change it. Look, right there. Great re-dodge. Go, baby. Let it rip. He got a nice lift there right at the end.
Just in the offhand, right? When you have to split to your
and the guy got a good lift on it. 5 seconds to go, though. You just got to get something. Feed it, buddy.
Zimmerman on the job training. The freshman feeds it.
They didn't know the time again. I said earlier, it's you can't really – sometimes the coaches don't even know. But, yeah, so excited, man. Down by 2, 4th quarter. Chantilly's definitely got the momentum. They're winning face-offs. They had the offense, ball and offense, by about 8 minutes of that 12 minutes. So I like what Langley's been able to do. Obviously, fourth quarter, they want to crank it up a little more. And Chantilly, now that they got the goals, they got the energy, just keep kicking butt on ground balls and getting those face-offs. And you're going to find you're down 5-4, maybe even tied.
Great. We're here at the DMV Stream Game of the Week, where four-time reigning state championship Langley goes against the last team to win a Virginia State Championship, Chantilly, here in spring break. And both teams have played a game today, and now we're here in the fourth quarter where Langley is up 5-3. Is Chantilly in this game, Coach?
You know,
going to be a battle till the end?
They've certainly had their share of 1-goal games and 2-goal games and overtime games, and we might be seeing another one right now. But unless Langley can get some face-offs and stay out of the penalty box, this might be, Chantilly's chance to knock them off for the first time in a while.
What was the difference in that quarter between?
Just the energy. Chantilly was hustling. They were excited. They were pumped up. We're back on the field. They were pumped up. And just watching them, the body language, just because those couple nice goals, it'd be interesting to see if they can maintain it. Yeah, nice there. Go.
Came with a new face-off, man.
He's
Number 24, Gabe Cafferty.
Easy save for the goalie.
What have you thought of Clay Kennedy, senior goalie, filling in for Andrew Spivey here at Saxon?
You know what? He's been doing a good job. Again, throw the flags. He told you. So, and look, he can't talk to the ref there. But again, it's one of the things in the northern region, unfortunately. You run 5 yards, they're going to throw the flag, even if it's a clean hit. They're going to call unnecessary roughness.
Is the juice worth the squeeze, though, Coach? Does it maybe make a team a little scared?
No, I think it definitely benefits a kid that might not like contact, but it's within the rules. There's nowhere in the rule book that says, if you run for 5 yards, it's an unnecessary roughness. That was a clean hit, and you could see the refs, their body language when they were throwing the flag. They couldn't believe that the guy had the gall to take a running shot there, and it's just unfortunate that's what's happening. But again, kids who don't like contact are certainly going to benefit.
Saxon's here on the extra man against Chantilly. Kevin Cavino coming way out.
Yep.
Skip lanes will be open, and Coach Brewer's been known to like to coach the extra man.
And I would say probably at least 2 or 3 of Langley's goals have been extra man. So
it's either a pick play or an extra man play, right?
And this is a different set than we've seen, but again, they started in what they ended with off of that wheel, and they're just going to try to skip pass right here and get a rip.
Unselfish lacrosse.
Yeah, not the best angle, but if you get this ground ball, you can bail yourself out, but you knocked it out of bounds.
John Michael Dooley, who
it's going to be white ball.
Finished a lefty pipe shot before.
No, he
didn't have enough. Didn't have enough angle on it.
And at this stage of the game, goalies are going to be hugging that pipe where he might not have done it that first time and got away with one. No way they're going to let that happen now. So
he's a freshman attacker. He's not Mikey Adams yet, I guess.
Yeah. Now they got it. Chantilly's got to get a guy back because I thought Dancy was going to carry it over. But nice ground ball, man. Marson is the man. Nice job, buddy.
Marson likes these unsettled situations, right?
Yeah.
He works hard.
Every coach I know would be cringing and screaming no as he wound up to take that shot. But you're man down, and you want to kill the penalty, but he makes it go. You got a shorthanded goal, and that's going to give your team a lot more energy, and you're going to make the Langley goalie, Clay Kennedy, think twice, man.
Chantilly's got all Dr. Mo right now.
Yeah, big time.
Here, right?
And they're going to. What I was going to say is that the goalie is now going to wonder: will they be shooting from 25 yards out? Where most goalies blow off those shots, like, well, they're not going to shoot from there, And then they are. Now you're just going to be thinking that much more. Langley's got to win this face, and they got to scoop that ball. Okay, nice job,
Hunter Yates, another big hit.
I think they're going to call interference on Chantilly, which that probably was a decent call. Nice hip check by 35. Man, he is a tank looking at him run off.
Doesn't have a problem throwing the body.
No, man, and he just hip checked the guy and he went right over. So obviously, great guy to have on the wings if you're the Saxons. And again, they want to go to the goal here now. They don't want to settle for just playing catch.
Here's a check off the dodge.
You know, show these guys that you are the 4-time state champs, and you know you're the team to beat, and make stuff happen. Again, nice, see it, perfect. You know, don't need to say much more than that. You know, you're from behind. If you can come from behind the goal and rip a lefty shot without a defender even getting a stick or a body on you, that says a lot about what's going on. And looks like he's going to go right to face off. So
I think that was Billy Orm, the lefty, right?
No, I think it was this kid who was facing off.
Oh, okay.
He came from behind the goal and stuck it, and he ran right to the face-off circle.
That was a huge goal for Langley, right? Who had not scored for all of the third quarter.
Yeah, no, it got and that's what you got to do. You know, okay, Chantilly, you went on your run. You're within one, but let me show you what we're going to do. They got to give it back to
face-off
him.
violation.
And see,
here.
Chantilly subbing 2 guys on the fly right here.
You want them to attack in the
I would,
situation,
and also,
right?
I mean, it's probably too difficult to try to pull off without doing in practice. But Langley can go ahead and double there. If you know they're going to sub, as soon as the ref blows the whistle, we're doubling that ball and creating a turnover.
Connor Kelly here dodges from the right alley,
Not
goes
in
for
the
the
middle,
spin
yeah.
move.
Oh, we don't want to take that shot. But again,
He
they got to
went
back
to the
up.
middle to set his right hand back up.
Yeah, well, it's funny. A lot of coaches, you know, they try to coach their kids, get to the middle, try to get top side. A lot of other coaches say, if you go in the middle, you're going to get benched. And I think that might be the case in Chantilly because as soon as he got there, he pulled it back out. Because
doesn't your angle increase, though, every time you get
angle,
closer to the
your
goal?
angle definitely increases, but you're also, you know, going to create a turnover because the defense is usually ready to slide on you. Here's a nice ground ball.
Robbie Byrne probably has 6 or 7 ground balls today. He's just good.
Yep.
He's got a good, nice little stick there, doesn't he?
Then look at the long passes, you know. Got to be able to handle that. Oh, 23's got to be on that guy. That's too easy of a clear, and now Langley's going to take a timeout. And with 8:52 to go, get a chance to make it back to 7-4. Not back to 7-4, back to a 3-goal difference.
I don't know about you, Coach, but if I was Langley, I'd like to come out with maybe some two-man stuff out of the break. Or do you think they could just double that too easily?
You know, and a lot of times too, you know, in a game like this, you know, the kid who just scored the last goal, get him the ball. Whether it was 11 or not, I think it was Luke Brugel who scored that. But get your guys that have been scoring and say, hey, man, just take it. Take it to the rack. See what you can do.
This young Langley team finding its sea legs right now. We're going to go to break right now with 8:52 and the Langley up 6-4. Thank you for joining DMV Stream Game of the Week. Chantilly
Hey there,
against
I'm
Langley.
Dan Sousa, editor of Viva Loudon and host of the aptly named Viva Loudon Live with Dan Sousa, which airs weekly here on DMVSTREAM.COM. I'll be here to give you the latest updates and insights on high school sports in Loudoun County, Virginia. You can follow us on Twitter at Viva Loudon. And while Viva Loudon was recently called spunky and cute on Twitter, this live show should lay that notion to rest. But we will be live. This isn't no Beyonce business. You never know what will happen on the show. So, log on and check us out.
Dark Graphics screen printing and embroidery provides spirit packs for teams, class shirts, and group sales. The original design, serving Northern Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. for 15 years. Dark Graphics specializes in school and business apparel. Design your own custom shirts and apparel at www.darkgraphics.com. Langley here coming out there, putting Danzy on the ball, who's just a real wrecking ball when it comes to messing up the Saxon offense.
And
right?
I would even think about taking your other defenders and just locking off the other 5 guys. You know, you need the ball, and to allow them to take even 30 seconds off. Look, they're going to try to double it here. This is smart. Well, now they're going to trail off it, but double here.
Ludden jumps the pick, but Jack Riley evades it with a great
Well, you
move.
can't just swing the stick. You got to come with the stick and the body and knock that guy down.
Ludden didn't have a problem lining up a guy from 10 yards, but when it came down.
See, right now, okay, Dancy's on it. Everyone else should be shutting off their guy and getting a chance to take the ball away, or whatever pull is on them. But you need the ball. Don't allow them to just zip it around. And you know, I guess 8 minutes you don't need the ball, but you want it. Your offense had a 5-minute span where you were just on point. So
Chantilly flushes it out.
Yeah.
Brings a long pole here to the ball. Coach, do you want to set a pick here, or do you want to just leave, or do you not want to bring any kind of other?
I want to get away from the long stick there. So whatever shorty is playing a shorty, they gotta set a pick for that guy and get him out on the perimeter. But that's twice now. You got to come with a body, man. You can't just swing your stick. Good, but they're getting low now, and they're lowering their hips, and they're hard to get around.
Well, that was nice. That's a big boy dodge by Alex Ochoa. Danzy came out to pressure him, and pedigree didn't matter to Ochoa. Just blew right by him and stroked an important goal for the Saxons to put them up 7-4.
Well, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Do you go at the premier defender of your opponent? A lot of coaches might stay away from him, but right now you went at him, you stepped around him, and you stuck one, and that says to the rest of your team, hey, man, if that's their best guy, and I just went around him with ease, and there was no slide coming, that hopefully will get the offense a little more excited to do the same thing.
Alex Ochoa telling the Saxon faithful that there's life after Luke Salzer, huh?
Sure. Oh, yeah. And, got to scoop the ball, and now Chantilly's got it. Good. Okay, get it to your shorties. Oh, man. You got to they got to just communicate there. Did Chantilly call timeout?
Coach Broderick timeout right here. He found his long stick. Brandon Wallace get the ground ball off the grounders, and Langley's hellacious.
For all the other high school players and youth league players, all Chantilly needed to do there was simply scream to that guy, double, 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 and he would know to get rid of it. Again, nobody said anything to him, and he almost got stripped. It just all it takes is a little simple communication in order to make sure you maintain the possession.
Did you like that Chantilly, that last defensive possession, or did you just wish they kind of took the body more and too much switching?
Well, I feel like when you're behind the goal, I've said it a couple of times tonight, take a chance because if you mess up and it doesn't work, there's enough time to recover usually. And it looked like that Vince Ludden was in position, and the first time he just swung his stick and missed, and the second time he sort of came with the stick and he wasn't low enough. You just got to get lower and bring it, and the guy will go down or the ball will come out. But again, it's easier to say from up here when you're watching. When you got a guy in a black jersey sprinting by you, it's certainly going to be a lot harder to anticipate what your move's going to be.
Well, the armchair quarterbacks are in full effect up here.
Yeah, exactly.
Joel Sensor.
But that's the beauty of March lacrosse is that he'll look at that film next week and he'll see that, oh, okay, when this guy comes next time, I'm going to get low and I'm going to use my shoulder and forearm and my stick and more than likely stop it. But this is smart. Just run it. You're going to be fine. And now you're going to even have an opportunity.
Conrad Unterkolfer dodges 3
he's
sacks.
All the way. That was nice. Keep it hot. Keep it hot. Keep it hot. Don't cradle so much.
You got to move it off the ground ball, right?
Oh, they got a flag, too. They got a flag. I don't know what the flag was, but.
When the ball's on the ground, Coach, and a guy picks it up, you want him to move it right away, right? So
you'd like to, but a lot of times, too, if the defense isn't reacting to you scooping the ball, take a couple steps, and if you got an angle, let it rip. But yeah, you want to. What we try to tell our guys: scoop the ball, eyes up, get it to the help side. Because everybody's on the ball side, so there's probably somebody over there. But if they're standing around rather than moving to the ball, it's not as easy. But Chantilly a chance to cut it to 2. I didn't see what the foul was again, though. I would imagine it was probably something that probably could be argued that it wasn't a foul.
Is this Mike Marson time, Coach?
I don't know. I mean, they've got a minute again, or I don't even. I'm assuming it's a minute. You might want to work for a great shot opportunity as opposed to just a shot. There's a pretty good one right there.
Chantilly is setting picks in the extra man. It's creative. Usually, pick game is a 6-on-6 thing, so it's an interesting kind of wrinkle that the Chargers are bringing out here.
Well, now you got to get a ride here. If Langley's able to clear this, that would be tough to swallow because you've got enough guys. But again, they've got the horses. So go ahead and jump this with number 7. Nice. Now force him out of bounds. Oh, that's a Ward, too.
Robbie Byrne got away with the Ward and sidestepped.
And, again, now Langley's got to kill the penalty, but if you get a chance to score shorthanded, give your team a little excitement. But I'm sure the coaches are saying, we got to kill it, So they're not necessarily going to be going to the goal.
Blood incoming again with the double team. Gets the trail check. And
nice. There you go. It up. That's Vince Ludden at his best. Nice little check there. And the ball, okay, now I don't know how much time's left in the penalty, but they got at least
but
a
Mike
chance
Marson.
Oh, nice job.
It's hard to score from 12 yards the offhand.
Nope. But again, you got to be able to handle these long passes. It's just maddening, I think, for coaches and for teammates.
What, in another clear?
Well, you just had a guy wide open, and the pass was a little over his head, and now Chantilly has a chance to shoot. Now, if they keep shooting the way they're shooting, one of them is going to go, and now all of a sudden that's just a chance where you didn't need to give it to him.
Longtime Annandale coach Bill McGlisco here with us in the booth. Definitely has his coaching hat on right now, seeing some March miscues. But Coach Broderick and Coach Brewer have to be happy with the effort, if nothing else.
I would
right?
think so. I would think so. And obviously they'll probably be playing together again at some point in the playoffs, and so a good chance to feel each other out. But with 5 minutes to go, a lot can happen, and I wouldn't count Chantilly out just yet.
Connor Kelly drives from the invert up the wing. Kind of got a rocker
there
step.
You go. Good job. They got to make sure they get this ball now. After that effort, you can't let them scoop it. Nice
Mike
job.
Mike Marson is really at his best on the ride, isn't he?
Nice job. I tell you, Chantilly, that is all hustle right there. Guys working their butt off, trying to make sure they get to maintain possession. And they did a great job there of getting it back. Good, and that's all hustle points. If they gave stickers for helmets, that would get a couple guys some helmet stickers for sure.
How's it in Adamville? You guys giving those things out?
No, we don't. The lacrosse helmets, it's hard to do because there's just not enough space. But we did it as a region. We got the Dennis Stewart Finish hard stickers out to all the teams, and a lot of teams have American flags. But as far as little,
no little Adams.
No Adams, no Georgia Bulldog things. Nice shots.
That's some good offense, right? It started with a Conrad undercall for alley dodge, and
Connor Kelly, big time goal. Or was that Connor? Yeah, 16. Yeah. And again, he's shot a little sidearm there because he's got the hips and he's got the shoulders to do it. But when you're that close to the cage, it's got a good opportunity. I'm sure the coaches are going to say to him overhand when they look at film. But still, you need that. You're down by 2, 4.5 left to go. Again, you've been doing a good job on face-off second half.
Gabe Cafferty right now again against Luke Brugel, and Langley's coming out with their double pole set on the face again.
And I don't understand Jason Park. I don't know if he's still there. No,
they're coming out with Gabe Cafferty right now.
But I guess he's had some success. Get it out. There you go. Perfect.
How long do you have to get it out in that situation?
I don't know if it's a length requirement or if it's steps.
Speaking of length, Dotson's all 6'7" of them over the hedge checks and starts transition with.
And I think he got away with a little hold there. Nice save.
Oh, Langley can't finish the.
He had the nice check, but he got a little hold there, and a lot of officials would have called that loose ball hold, but he got away with it, and now Langley, again, what do? You're up by 2. You don't need to press the issue, but you certainly would like to be up by 3.
We're here at the DMV Stream Game of the Week as Langley leads Chantilly 7-5 with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and then a miscue on Langley.
Well, but they get it back, and that's why you love ground ball guys. And the adjacent guy slid there, but they recovered nicely. And this is where you got to start with 3:48 to go. Now you're going to maybe double the ball. Looks like Dancy's going to do just that.
Quick slide of Dancy, comes at the body, but no. Another big boy goal. Luke Brugel shimmied off the Dancy slide and then sticks it on an alley dodge, Coach. That's a big play.
So if I'm not mistaken, he's got the last 2 goals, and let's see. He's going to dodge he's going to go right to the face-off circle. No. He's going to come get some love.
They're bringing ID in Hutchinson this time. He's done enough heavy lifting, I think.
But again, you win the face-offs, you get the goals. You're a sophomore making a name for yourself, and what a team to do it against with Chantilly.
And Langley comes out with the double pole set again with Dotson and Hunter Yates, who are two kind of
here we go. Stay with it.
2 wreckers. You don't want to leave your stick open against those guys.
Nope. Again, Langley could have just let that roll out of bounds, but they're going to get a push call here, or maybe nothing.
This game is getting chippy.
Yeah, but again, they got a rake there.
Dotson with a nice ground ball.
See, he could go all the way over. Again, not the best look he had as a defender, even with him on the help side. But again, if Langley comes up with the ball here, no harm done.
Langley and
Too much
Chantilly
swatting at it.
Ball scrapping.
Here we go.
Langley's going to want to get in the hole.
And he's going to
go
right to the goal if he's go to the goal, baby. Nice save.
Long pole, Brandon Wells for Chantilly came out of the scrum with it and then had to switch to his offhand and from an alley dodge.
And again, because they didn't get the backup, probably not the best shot. but you're getting down to under 3 minutes.
Give it to your attackman there, Coach.
Yeah, you could, but again, that's the mentality of a long stick. If you get the ball and you're on the offensive half, you're going to be trying to score. Now they're calling a free clear here. I'm not sure what the call is, unless there's a penalty. Oh, they were offsides. Okay. Well, so now it's tough. So it'd be interesting to hear, down 3 goals and you're man down. What a lot of teams will do, it's sort of interesting. They'll put a guy right up at the face-off X and play a zone with 4. So if you get a turnover or a save, you go right to him. But it's not they're not man down. We're even. Okay. But still, they want to do something like that. Get creative. Don't allow them to just stall the game away.
Does the goalie come out of the cage? Maybe?
No, maybe when it's behind the goal.
Got a flag up in the air.
Must be either a mouthpiece or some interference or something.
Danzy with a nice body slide. That's what we needed more from, I think, from Chantilly.
Well, but he tried it just the last goal, and the guy stepped right around him. So stick and body is the way to go if you're learning how to be a defender to stop ball.
Langley playing some keep away right now, and now they're going the extra man. Langley, DMV Street Game of the Week, up 8-5 against Chargers. This has got to be a bit of a statement, right? No JT Meyer, no Luke Salzer, no problem for the Saxons as they dispatch Chantilly. Well, looks like they're on their way a little bit.
Well, the coaches are fired up about something. They call it a 30-second penalty, so it must be something, a procedure. So I don't understand. I was surprised the flag went up to. I just assumed it was a mouthpiece or some sort of procedure because I certainly didn't see any infraction. But they certainly called a 30-second, and the Chantilly coaches are going
a little uncertainty here in the booth,
scratching their heads
about the lawn tree being.
Well, it looks like it's uncertainty from the Stripes too. They got to talk it over, which isn't a bad thing. But with 2:15 to go and a 3-goal lead. Langley certainly looks like they're in good shape to, at least take the penalty time off, maybe more. And this is what I was saying earlier. Do you do something defensively to try to mix it up? They're waving off the flag. Okay, but it should. So now it should go to alternating possession. So it'll be interesting to see who has the AP from the coin toss.
With the way with how upset and passionate these coaches seem to be on the sidelines, I don't think I'd want to be a referee in this situation.
No, but at the same time, the association of officials, they do a great job, and as much as us coaches like to bark at them, we're certainly grateful. They're coming out on their own time and working a JV game and a varsity game back to back. It's freezing cold. It's spring break for them. Indiana's playing Syracuse in about 30 minutes. There's a lot of other things they could be doing, and the fact that they're out giving back to the sport is just huge for us.
I'm here with Coach Bill McGlisco, longtime Annandale head of the Northern Virginia high school lacrosse coaches. Who are you rooting for in the Syracuse-Indiana tiff?
I'm an underdog guy. And I don't have any allegiances, but I usually root for the underdog, so I guess that'd be Syracuse. They're the 4th seed. It's very rare where Annandale and where I went to high school and college was the number 1 seed, so I have that underdog mentality. But at the same time, Miami's right there. It's a nice day to be in D.C. if you're downtown. With the Marquette and Miami, Syracuse, Indiana, those are 4 quality teams.
And don't forget the Robinson Spring Break lacrosse tournament.
Yeah, that's true. And the officials still trying to work it out, and they need to go to alternating possession here, and I'm surprised the coaches aren't going crazy for that from Chantilly. When they have this sort of inadvertent flag or an inadvertent whistle, they need to go to the alternating possession, and it doesn't look like the officials going that way. And again, 3-goal difference. They're not going as crazy as they would be if it was a 1-goal difference.
Marty Joyner, long-time Northern Virginia official, sometime coach too.
Yeah, I don't even. Is that him? I couldn't really tell. But he's certainly he's been around Northern Virginia. I think since he played in the late '80s, early '90s. So he knows his stuff, and we're grateful to have him.
Alex Ochoa right now running around the perimeter.
This is going to be tough.
So double inverse.
Yeah, they're going to double the ball here. Good, but they got to stay on it. One's got to take the front. One's got to take the back. And is he step out of bounds? Or they call it timeout?
They called a timeout. They saw those white jerseys.
And I don't know. This is not a good call. I think because now you can get Chantilly an opportunity to get their defense together and figure out something to take the ball away. 3-goal game, not that big of a difference. But if you're in a 1-goal game and you're calling timeout, you're allowing Chantilly to get their best defenders on the field to do something. I would have just played through that and saved the timeout. But again, 3-goal game, no harm done to talk about it. And we'll see what Chantilly does. Again, are they going to? It's behind the goal, so I would bring the goalie and their best long stick, lock everybody else off, and take the ball away, and then hope Dancy can carry it down or maybe heave it. But again, you got to get a goal. You got to win the next face-off, burn your next timeout, and try to get another goal, and then hope you can win that third face-off. It's a lot to do, but again, with under 2 minutes, crazier things have happened in the lacrosse game.
We're here at the DMV Stream Game of the Week as Langley and Chantilly scrap it out. Right now I'm here with Annandale coach Bill McGlusco as we watch Langley and Robinson in the final game of the Robinson Spring Break Tournament.
Yeah, and it's been a Langley-Chantilly matchup that we're sort of used to. I think a little too much flags and things in the officials, but hopefully they can play flag-free the rest of the way.
Nothing else, a lot of hard-nosed plays being made.
Yeah, and again,
lines, right?
a lot of lessons, good things, bad things. Looks like they're going to double the ball, not with the goalie, but again, someone's going to be open now for Langley, so they got to
fling it to the far corner, right?
Yeah, but maybe they just have confidence that these two guys are going to take the ball away. I don't know what Chantilly's confused about.
Kevin Doherty and Javon Ree are going to be doubling.
Oh, they're telling him 5 yards.
And then they fling it to the far corner.
Yeah, see, that only works if you're going to lock everybody else off, and they're not choosing to do that. So someone's going to be open for Langley every time, but they knocked them out, so they did a good job. So they've got a minute 34 to go. They've got to get it down and score, within 10 or 15 seconds.
Zach Rook, this D midi for Chantilly, is a real spark plug. He can play some D and he can clear the ball, and he's a nice little lefty.
And again, Langley, I don't know if they talked about this, but this would be a great time to run a zone. Langley's expecting man-to-man. Not Langley, Chantilly. Yeah, but if I'm Langley's D, you might want to think about throwing a zone at him or sliding early, doubling yourself. Get the ball back. But again, there's a double there. Not bad.
Kelly dodges. Chucks it to Conrad.
Interesting.
Undercover with the shovel shot. No doubt.
Yeah, interesting the way he shot that. But you got to get the ball and again scoop it. Good.
Kelly
Don't
with
call
the
your
ground
timeout.
ball.
Don't call your timeout. 51 seconds. You got to score though. They've got to be going to the goal.
8-5, 47 seconds left. Chantilly here.
Again, everybody's hoping somebody else will do it, and they're just going to let precious seconds tick off.
It's Connor Kelly going to the rack.
But I like the aggressiveness from Langley. Hey, man, we're going to be aggressive. Sticks up in the passing lane. And now they got a ground ball, and now they're just going to be able to – they don't even need to – they could clear it.
Robbie Byrne Gilman's it to the far corner. That's a nice play, right, Coach?
It is if you've got fast attackmen because you tell your guys, hey, we're going to heave it to the corner, and our fast attackman will be able to go get it. And he was there. He just couldn't hang on to the ball. But
that looks like it's it, Coach. 8-5, Langley.
See, and there, you don't need to do this. You can just hold it. And that you don't even need to clear it, but it's a ball game and it's a wrap. And I'm sure both coaches are happy and also frustrated, and they're going to have to get a lot of things worked out if they're going to be the top two teams in the region. I'm sure a lot of coaches out there are watching this and say, hey, if these are the top two teams in the region, it might be a year where somebody else could make a say about it.
Coach, we're here at the DMV Stream Game of the Week, Chantilly Langley. What were your final thoughts as the Saxons took down the Chargers?
My final thoughts are hats off to two quality groups of kids who played 2 games in a day. There's not a lot of kids out there who would be able to do that and not complain. Both coaches had them prepared. And again, you come out on a cold night after you've played a game already today, it just says a lot about the kinds of kids we have in the northern region. And I'm sure they'll get their sticks in check, and I'm sure they'll get fundamentally sound and get better for the next game when we get back to school next week.
I'm Joel Sensor here at DMVSTREAM.com for Game of the Week as Langley took down Chantilly in their second game at the Robinson Spring Break Tournament. For Joel Sensor and Bill McGlusco and DMVSTREAM.com, we thank you for listening. And again, have a great weekend and good lacrosse. Thanks again. Bye.
What's up, sports fans? I'm really excited to tell you about our newest product, DMVSTREAM.COM. DMVSTREAM.COM is a website dedicated to broadcasting live sports in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We'll be broadcasting pro, amateur, college, high school, AAU, and youth games as well as tournaments. You can watch these free broadcasts on your computers, tablets, and mobile devices like iPad, iPhone, Android, and more. DMVStream.com is a free site. No subscriptions, no logins, no hassle. Just log on and watch sports free. What's different about us? Well, you're in control. You're calling the shots. By voting in our weekly poll and sharing it on Facebook and Twitter, you can tell us where our next broadcast is going to be. I'm really excited about this new venture, and I hope you'll help us spread the good word by logging on to Facebook and Twitter and sharing us at DMVStream.com.